This video sponsored by Meeple Movers. No minimum order, no subscriptions. Free shipping on every item, every day. At meeplemovers.com.
Hello and welcome to Brian's Got Game. I'm Brian. Today I've got a game called It's heavy. We Need to Talk. We Need to Talk is a 4 to 8 player party game published by Smirk Laughter games. In this game, players are staging ridiculous interventions for each other. It is played in rounds where one player is the intervene player and they don't know what their problem is. It's up to everyone else to help them figure out what the problem is. The trick is that you don't want to give it away too early, because the intervene player will score more points the earlier they guess, and if they guess correctly after your clue, you won't score at all that round. But if after all of the clues are given and they still can't figure it out, nobody scores points. The game ends after each player has had a turn being the intervene player. So, let's check it out, and I'll show you how to broach the subject, how to provide emotional appeal, and how to offer a good solution in We Need to Talk. Okay, so to explain this game, we're going to use the sample problem that comes so we don't spoil any of the other cards, because they are, there's still a bunch of them, but we want you to be able to play this as many times as you can. So we're going to start off with uncontrollable interpretive dancing. So the thing is that the player who has their problem with uncontrollable interpretive dancing doesn't know that they do. So let's say that this is the person who's guessing, and then we have 3 other players over here. First round we're going to be broaching the subject, and then there are these tokens, and we have someone here, here, and here. So these 3 players are going to look at this card. Uncontrollable interpretive dancing. So now we're all going to broach the subject. We have to talk about the thing. So the first player's hint is going to say, we need to talk about your communication skills. So this person notes that, and then the next, and if they give a valid clue, then they take one of these 1 points and turn it into 2 and put it on in front of them. And then the next player says, yes, but the real issue is your impulsive timing. So a valid clue is something that uses a couple of words for this one. You get a couple words, 1 or 2 words to describe it, and you're talking about the thing. And you can't say any of these words, so you can't say uncontrollable, interpretive, or dancing. You can't use those in your hints. And you can't repeat something the other person said. So this person said your communication skills. So this person couldn't say communication skills. So the next one is, the problem is the way you move. There we go. So they all gave valid clues, and now if this person feels like they can put together communication, the way you move, and impulsive timing to get something that's close to that, they could try to guess. That's the end of the first round. So then the second round is emotional appeal. This behavior makes me feel. I feel like you're trying to embarrass me in public. It's like I'm on stage with you and I hate it. So that was a valid clue. They get 2 points, and this person's really confused now. Now the thing is that this player can also guess after every clue. So we're going to go to the next one. It's really frustrating that I can't ever get a straight answer. I have to read into everything. So now we're going to take a guess right here. We're going to say we think that our problem is that we have spontaneous dance-offs. So we're pretty close. Uncontrollable dancing. We're pretty close, but not completely right. So we're going to take this, and that's hot or cold, and we're going to come over here. We're really, really close. And then they have to give one of theirs, since that was an incorrect guess. They have to give it to the person that they guessed after. And then the last person can say, last week at the funeral, you could have just talked about your feelings, but then you started gyrating, and it made me want to die. And that was a valid clue, and I'm not going to guess. Now the last thing that you do, the last round, is you have to offer a solution. You could try. So we're going to come right here, and maybe try poetry instead. It's still artsy. The second person, the second clue is going to be no more musical accompaniment. No moving, okay? So this is the round where you want people to guess, but you don't necessarily want them to guess at the end of your turn. So if at this point they guessed correctly, then all of these points would come back here, and they'd get those right. And then this person would score 6, this person would score 4, and this player would score 7. Now, if they didn't, and they went on to the final clue, which is going to be try talking on the phone for a while. Focus on your words. We go there, and then we make a guess. If we get a correct guess, then everybody scores the points in front of them. 6, 6. Oh yeah, they take 1 from it. If at the end, this is the final guess, they take 1 token from each person, put it in front of them, so then it'd be 5, 4, 4, and 4. And then they all score those points, and you write them down. But if the final guess is incorrect, then nobody scores any points, and then you move on to the next player. So after you write down every player's score, put these all back to 1 point. We're gonna make the next player the guessing player, and we're gonna get a new intervention card, and then we'll start back over at broaching the subject. Everybody gets to look at the new one, and then we play again. And then the game ends when each player has been the intervened player, and then after that, the player with the most points wins. That's how to play We Need to Talk. Okay, got my dad here for parents' opinion. So Dad, what do you think of We Need to Talk?
We Need to Talk was hilarious. It was so good that even Mom played.
Yeah.
And we had a blast.
Yeah, it was. We played one round and we're like, all right, now we know how to play, and then we played again, and then we played again, and then I think we only played it 3 times that night.
Yeah.
And it was fun. So components, you got a whole bunch of cards. There's like, I don't know, 6 packs of cards.
Yeah, I don't know, a couple hundred.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
And then the little hot cold meter, and then
which we didn't use very much.
And then all the little tokens.
Yep.
So artwork, it's box art pretty much. That's it.
Well, yeah, I mean, as far as like in-game artwork, it's kind of got kind of a comic strip feel to it. But yeah, like you said, the game. I mean, to play the game, there's really you don't need any art, or I mean, the theme. I guess the theme is all part of the game. But
yeah. So strategy. Some of the things is you kind of want to give super vague clues at the beginning, and then if you're the first player to give clues, you want to give super vague clues the whole time.
Yeah, and that kind of rotates as everybody takes a turn. I found that it was harder to be the first or the last person to give a clue, rather, because everybody else kind of already gave one.
And then at the end, you can give a super awesome clue for your solution, because by that point, everybody's given a clue, and then it's time for a final guess.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was, as far as strategy goes, you kind of need to work together in a sense, because like a lot of these things are ridiculous, and we won't spoil the cards by saying them, because then you don't get to play.
Yeah.
But like in the first couple of rounds, each player wants to focus on just one word maybe or one aspect of what the problem is. And so after you've played a couple of times, everybody starts clicking. And I think that's really a good strategy, is each person takes one part of the problem.
Something else that is important when you're playing the game is that I think every time we played, there were only a couple ones that we didn't guess correctly, though a lot of the times we guessed at the end. But when it was my turn to guess, they left out one like important word.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody can kind of vote like, yeah, you got close enough, or you got the gist of it.
But
it doesn't
the
have
part
to be word
was
for
that
word.
everybody's clues that they gave, they completely forgot the noun of my problem. So I missed that entire part.
Oh, I remember which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dishes. Well, and I guessed something about birthdays, and it didn't really have to do with
but that wasn't your final
birthday. Right.
All right. Yeah. Easier for kids. It's a lot of reading, and you have to like clue in. This one isn't.
Yeah, and there was one that wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like overtly, not safe for work, but it was a little bit on the a kid's probably not going to get that one clue. And we haven't played through all of them. We opened up the smallest pack and started playing through those.
A couple of them. So
yeah, but yeah, I agree. A little kid, elementary school, even middle school, is probably not going to get this one. It says 14 and up on the box, and I think that's probably pretty accurate.
Yeah,
you're 14. And you did pretty good. You won one of the games.
I did. Yeah. And then, so overall, this is an awesome game. So we played it, and then we were like, yep, we need to play again. And then after that, yep, we need to play again. And then we were like, yep, we need... Oh, look at the time.
Yeah, and I talked to Smirk Laughter about this one at Gamma, and he was Kurt was pitching it to me, and I was like, "That sounds amazing. We are going to have to review that one and play it over and over and over."
I need to keep playing this one. This is really fun,
and we will.
So We Need to Talk by Smirk Laughter Games. Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page, send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game, visit our webpage, briansgotgame.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian and this is my dad, and I'll see you next time.